Hey. What's up, you guys? Film Fan 0599 here again. And today we're going to review oh my Breaking Dawn Part 1. Because, we needed to split these two into two parts. Because it wasn't torturous enough watching through one of them. No, we need to split these two into two parts. We need to split this one into two parts. Okay? Oh my... Okay. So, this movie stars Robert Pattinson, Kristen Stewart, and Taylor Lautner once again. And what this movie is about, it's about, basically, Bella and Edward get married, they do adult things, and they break the bed. Bella gets pregnant, and then, she gives birth. Basically, I just described the whole... I just saved you an hour and 57 minutes. Because that's basically the whole movie. It's... Okay, I dragged my poor friend Caden into watching this with me because I couldn't sit through it alone. And he literally... He's never seen the movie. He literally described the movie. He was like, okay, it's all it's going to be probably is they get married, they do adult things, and she gets pregnant, and she has a baby. And he basically got it all right. That's all the movie is. Literally. That's all the movie is. And it's garbage. It's the worst. And I mean the worst out of all of these movies. If you thought New Moon was bad, no, this is worse. This is 1,000 times worse. The acting is so bad. It's worse in this movie. One thing, all these movies feel like rejected Lifetime movies. I'm not kidding you when I say this. This is worse than all the Lifetime movies combined. I'd rather have a 24-hour marathon of the Lifetime movies than ever sit through this or any of the other Twilight movies again. Because that's how bad these movies are, and this is the worst of all of them. So, let's get into the positives. Really? No. There's no positives. No, there's no positives. Are you kidding me? No positives whatsoever with this movie. No. Get right into the negatives, folks. Because the negatives, yeah, there's a lot of them. The acting. The acting. Oh my. Like I said before, it's at its worst in this movie. Holy moly. The acting is so bad in this movie. Literally, this has to be one of the worst acted movies I have ever seen in my life. I thought the other ones had bad acting. My goodness. They make those ones look good in comparison. 'Cause holy moly. Everyone acts like a wooden stick in this movie. Literally everyone. First, Robert Pattinson. Okay, like I have to say in all of these reviews, these actors regret these movies. They know these movies are bad. They know they're awful. They know they're complete and utter garbage. Okay? So there you go. There's your reminder again. And Robert Pattinson, dude, he just can't act in this movie. He really can't. Like I said, he's a good actor. He knows how to act. But my goodness, is he bad in this movie? He is so shallow, so wooden, and just so terrible in this movie. He can't act in this movie. He's so terrible. Kristen Stewart as Bella. Like I said before, Kristen Stewart, good actress, man, but really, what is she doing? She's still a stupid damsel in distress. She's still whining and complaining and annoying. She's just terrible. She's such a shallow character, and I will never understand why these two would ever fight for her. I will never understand it. Even if I try, I will never understand it. Seriously, she's awful in this movie. And then Taylor Lautner is Jacob. I swear, Jacob gets worse with every movie. I swear of it. He gets worse every movie. He's the worst character in this whole franchise. I know everyone says Bella is, but I'm dead serious when I say this. Jacob is the worst character in this entire franchise. Because all this dude does is whine and complain. Literally. All this dude does is whine and complain. It's like, even when someone tries to help him, he's still whining and complaining. Just because he couldn't get the shallow girl. The most shallow girl on the face of the planet. Okay? That's why he's so moody and upset all the time. Shut up! Like, seriously. At some points, a lot of points during this movie, I was just like, shut up. Like, seriously. All he does, this character, is whine and complain. My goodness almighty. All he does is whine and complain. And Taylor Lautner, like I say, he can't act to save his life. He's terrible in this one, too. What else? Like, he's just so bad in this movie. Like, seriously, his acting, literally, a squirrel could out-act him. Okay? Like, he's that bad. He's terrible. Like I said, he can't act to save his life. And then the rest of the actors in the movie, whatever, they're not good either. They're really not. They're not good in this movie. They really aren't. Just the acting is so bad. It's the worst acted one out of all of these. Seriously, it really is. It's the worst acted one. Oh man, the romance. Still terrible. It's still bad. It's still so awful. Like, seriously. Like I said, I will never understand why these two are fighting for this shallow girl. I really won't. I will never understand. And I will never understand why this girl will want to be with either one of these guys. Because the vampire is nothing more than just a shallow wooden dude, and the werewolf is nothing than a whining, complaining guy. That's all they are. So I will never understand why any of these characters want each other. I will never understand it. Okay? Because for one thing, none of these characters have chemistry whatsoever. They don't. None of them do. Seriously, none of them can act in this movie. And make me really, like, nothing compelling. It makes me really believe that they want to be with each other. Nothing in this movie makes me believe it. Nothing. Nothing at all. And it's such a torture to sit through with this love triangle. It's so awful. Like, it's so bad. It really is. It's so terrible. I don't get how so many people bought into this. How? How did so many people buy into this stupid, dull, and dumb relationship? Like, seriously, how did people buy into this? It's so terrible. Like, seriously, I don't believe for a second, a smidge of a second, that these characters love each other. I don't. I really don't. And that's the main movies, that's what all these movies' main purposes are, the romance. And it's not interesting whatsoever, and it's just flat out garbage. Seriously. The action sequences, because they got a couple of action sequences thrown into this movie, and that's exactly what it is. They're just thrown into this movie because, you know, much of nothing this happens in this movie, so we'll just throw into the action scenes so people won't get bored during it. And like I said, not well filmed, just like the last one. Not well filmed, very quick cut, very you know, quick edited, you know, shaky cam nonsense, whatever. That's all it is. It's just quick cam, quick cut, shaky cam nonsense. That's all it is. The writing. The writing. The writing is garbage. Seriously, this writing, whoever thought, whichever studio exec thought this was good writing, you're a big idiot. I'm sorry. If you thought this was good writing, you are a gigantic idiot. Okay? Because this writing is garbage. Actually, it's beyond garbage. The Room has a better screenplay than this. Okay? The Room has a better screenplay than this. Seriously, the screenplay is awful with this movie. It is so bad. It is so terrible. The dialogue that these characters say. Holy cow, is it bad. The dialogue that these characters say in this movie, it's the worst written one out of all of them. It really is. Dialogue that these characters say. My God Almighty, the dialogue that these characters say. Oh my, folks. Oh my. Just, oh my, okay? Oh my. This is what we think is good writing nowadays, apparently. Because this is what makes money, apparently. Some really crappy dialogue and some really crappy writing. That's what apparently makes money nowadays. No, that's some actual good writing, actually some smart writing. No, some really terrible and really, I mean terrible, dialogue and writing. The directing. Bill Conaghan directed this movie. Who directed the new Beauty and the Beast. Still have to see that, but still. What was he doing? He really, the directing was not good with this movie. It's bad. Like, it's not well shot. The cinematography is very terrible looking. It really is. It's very terrible looking. It's just an awfully directed movie. It really is. It's a terrible directed film. And the movie is so boring! The movie is so boring! For the love of sweet Mother of Jesus, this movie is boring. It is literally. I find it funny that this is the second shortest out of all the Twilight movies, and it feels the longest. This movie would not end. It is a movie of nothingness. Look, like I said, all this movie is, ready? Like I said in the intro, they get married, they do adult things, they break the bed while doing it, she gets pregnant, she gives birth. I just saved you an hour and 57 minutes of your time. I seriously just saved an hour and 57 minutes of your time. 'Cause that's all this movie is. And it drags forever. Forever. It drags forever. And you're sitting there in pain. You're in the fetal position. That's how bad this thing is. You are in the fetal position while watching this movie. Oh man, seriously, you are in the fetal position while watching this movie. It's so boring. It is so boring. Nothing happens. Nothing happens in this movie. And you're just sitting there like, what am I doing with my life? Breaking Dawn Part 1 is one of the worst movies I have ever... Actually, all of these movies are one of the worst movies I've ever seen. But this, without question, is the worst out of all of them. Breaking Dawn, obvious. Come on, this gets an F. An F, 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 the F, 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 F. Okay? Seriously. This is an awful movie. I can't see how anybody would say that these are good movies or passable movies. They're terrible. They have some of the worst characters, some of the worst romance you will ever see, some of the worst writing you will ever witness. It's so bad. It's so terrible. It deserves an F. Seriously, this is the worst out of all of them. And I was in so much pain while watching this movie, and I was so glad. I was so happy. I was jumping for joy when it finally ended. So absolutely, this gets an F. So if you've seen Breaking Dawn Part 1, what did you think of it? Leave in the comments section below. And I'm FilmFan0599, and tomorrow, it will be finally over. So talk about the last one. Breaking Dawn Part 2. Peace.